been 16 days since the Texas State Bobcats last took the field. Tonight, they return to action on a teal field at Brooks Stadium in Conway, South Carolina, against Sunbelt newcomer Coastal Carolina. On 39, out of the shotgun, Keene trips to his left, single receiver to the right. Bobcats bring it a four-man rush. They run a twist. A screen pass is snuffed out by Texas State. Player off the edge making the play, A.J. Krawczyk, far numbers to the 18-yard line, brings up fourth down. Ball right hash, single receiver right, Elijah King trips left, snap back to Williams, pressure throws, pass caught by Elijah King, wrestled down, but not before he got the first at the 43-yard line. Snap to Williams, handoff to Taylor, flipping it to Watts, shovels it back to Williams, taking a shot downfield, open escape straight, the catch inside the 15, inside the 5, dives, end zone, touchdown, Texas State. Third down, a long one to go, thrown 32. Trips bunch to the left, no receivers right for Keene. Snap is back, long handoff, Abercrombie, and the Bobcats live in the backfield there. From the 45, 3rd and 2. Williams calling for the snap, he'll take it. Four-man rush, Coastal pass on the near side, caught by French, and the first down. A quick strike, good throw, good catch. The shot to clear 48. 3 wide for Williams, first attempt from the Coastal 48. Here's a blitz, handoff, Brown running right, 40, 35. Down to the 29-yard line goes Robert Brown. Impressive run for the freshman out of Houston Eisenhower High School. Foster Hillborn out to a 10 from 44 yards away. As one field goal make the season from 21 yards out. The snap from Warner gets behind Sherman. The ball is live, scooped up by Coastal Carolina. This is a Coastal touchdown. A ball that went right through the midst of James Sherman, and Coastal Carolina won't score an easier touchdown this year. One man in the backfield, Abercrombie. Knees mid by Anderson. Calling for the snap, facing a four-man rush, and he is absolutely drilled. Ball loose and picked up by Texas State. Frankie Griffin taking it back inside the 35 and down to the Coastal Carolina 27-yard line.
Before the play, you always have it in your mind, I want to go sack the quarterback. And it's a dream when they slide away from you and then the running back looks the other way and you're like, oh my, it's going to be a great hit. And I was just able to just run straight through. I didn't get blocked like you said and get the sack.
Out of the shotgun to Williams, 2 receivers left, trips to his right. Working with an empty backfield, 3-man rush, Coastal. Williams steps up, throws, end zone, overshot straight, and the pass intercepted. The defender stepped out of bounds on the return at around the 10-yard line. Trade was open, but the pass overthrown. Keene out of the pistol, calls for motion along the offensive line, left to right. Handoff, Abercrombie running right, stuck by Frankie Griffin at the 40-yard line. He did not get there, and it brings up fourth down. 5 receivers for Williams, back to throw on 2nd and 9. Over the middle, pass caught by Tyler Watts. And a first down up to the 30-yard line. At times, it seems as if Watts has gotten lost in this offense, but he's made some nice catches so far tonight. 2 receivers short side of the field to the left, 3 lined up wide to the right. Robert Brown in motion, left to right, throw over the middle, caught by Eric Luna on the slant. Took a fastball there for Williams and a first down inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 7. Out of the shotgun, Williams. Taylor in the backfield. Here's the blitz, 6-man rush, pass middle, caught by Luna, spins into a tackle, fighting for the goal line. Is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Texas State.
Boy, Eric Luna, I don't have a crystal ball, but remember early in the drive I talked about Eric Luna's physicality? We saw it on 2 catches late in this drive, none more so than the touchdown.
Snap back to the former Mississippi State Bulldog. Williams throws middle, pass caught by Watts in stride, breaking a tackle and then slung down to the 28-yard line. Far numbers. That's good for 20. Warner to snap to Sherman. Good snap set down, kick by Hillborn to the uprights, end over and kick, and the kick drilled through, knocks it in, and the Bobcats have a 17-7 lead at the break. Motion from Williams out of the slot. Option look here, pitch to Williams, running right. Waddy hits him and drags him down. He missed the first time, made up for it by hitting him a second time out around the 14-yard line for a 5-yard loss, and it brings up fourth down. 2nd and 3, option look here, pitch comes late to James, slung down by Gabe Lloyd. A loss back to the 21-yard line. Alex James had no chance, and it brings up 3rd down and 6. 2 receivers to his left, single receiver to the right. That's Gabe Schrade. Running play, though, here the 45 midfield. Nice run out of the 45-yard line. Anthony Smith, another nice carry. Gain of 11 yards, 1st down. Dennis Johnson, slot left, comes in motion. A flip back to Watts. Running left, 45, has a lane. 40, out of bounds, no. Stays in bounds, inside the 30-yard line. Takes Coastal defenders with them inside the 20, all the way down to the 15-yard line. Gain of 30 yards for Tyler Watts. Goal to go from the 1, low snap. Williams picks it up, hands off to Anthony Smith, who trots into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas State. Coastal, a 4-man defensive line. They will bring 4. Williams back to throw, steps up to run. 20, cutting left, 25, and a 1st down. Up to the 30-yard line. Damian Williams showing off his wheels and keeps the possession alive. On 1st down, give to Taylor again to his right, breaking a tackle, rumbling into the secondary, and a 1st down again to the Coastal 49-yard line. On 2nd and 10, Anderson, pump fake, pressure, rolls out to his right, evades a sack for the first time, not a second. Dragged down at around the 15-yard line. Here's a run for Nelson up the middle, 35-30, running right 20, 15, and down to the 14-yard line. 1 tackle away from a visit to the house there by Nelson, and what a way to end the game. Total domination here for the Bobcats just outside the beach as they pick up their first conference win of the season.
Well, hopefully we're taking steps in the right direction. We still got a lot of stuff to clean up. It's a young football team trying to learn how to win, and it's always good to go on the road and win a conference game. So we'll enjoy this one tonight and get ready for another tough conference match next week.
Final score, Texas State 27, Coastal Carolina 7. The Texas State Bobcat football season is presented by H-E-B.
We're the Wilsons, and these are Slayton Bakery's vanilla wafers. Our homemade wafers have brought people together since 1923. It was here in this bakery where my grandparents met and fell in love. And ever since, people have fallen in love with our wafers because we make them our way from scratch, starting with great local ingredients. I guess H-E-B felt the love too. They picked us as a Quest for Texas Best winner. This is the Best in Texas department at H-E-B.
Look for these and other great Primo picks at H-E-B.
Let's go, bud. Right here.
Be awesome to have this guy around all the time.
Let's go, bud. Right here.
Bud Light's all around.
Let's go, bud. Right here. Let's go, bud. Right here. Let's go, bud. Right here. Let's go, bud. Right here.
I was wrong. This is where you belong. Now go before I change my mind.
Let's go, bud. Right here. Let's go, bud.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
What do I like about Texas State?
People watching on the quad.
I love that we can express ourselves.
Our campus is so beautiful. Bobcat football. The glass bottom boat. Our professors are amazing. When I see Old Main, I know I'm home.
We're the only university in Texas to graduate a U.S. president.
Downtown San Marcos is practically on campus.
Outback Library. Soapbox Derby.
I'm doing amazing research.
I'm definitely jumping in the river at graduation.
I'm just proud to be a Bobcat.
Can I say all my favorite things?
Our goal now is to try to transform the players in our program into a better football program, a better football team. An accountability level that's off the charts. I thought they played extremely hard. We probably had the fewest amount of mental mistakes that we've had, obviously all this year, but maybe even for the last 2 years. I thought they played extremely physical up front, and that's what we needed to do to be able to stop the option run game, the bellies and the veers and that type stuff. So I thought our guys did a really good job. You know, when it became a one-dimensional game, I thought we did a better job in coverage. early in the game we give up some throws on the outside part of the field, which we're going to have to be better at, especially this week. But for overall, I mean, there was a goose egg for defense. So anytime you can have those, it's a good day.
Here's a blitz handoff. Brown running right. 40, 35. Down to the 29-yard line goes Robert Brown.
I think we're getting better. I don't know if we're there yet. You probably won't see a whole bunch of 100-yard rushers in our offense because there's going to be a bunch of guys that touch the ball. I think we had 8 guys carry the ball. So that's, when you're running, the big deal this past week was we wanted to make sure we sped up the game offensively, be more of a tempo offense, be more what we really want to be offensively. And you do that, you have to play a number of guys, receivers. I think we had 8 receivers catch passes. So I think we're starting, to get an identity, and I think it has to work through the tempo of our offense. And, if we can continue that, again, we went back to work in the bye week, and one of the emphasis is how we're going to be able to run the ball better, And I think we're headed in the right direction. The thing that I was more impressed than anything else about the run game was we were able to do it in the second half, which we haven't been. We haven't been able to run the football in the second half, and that's what we did Saturday was we ran the football in the second half. And that, to me, is I'm more proud about that than anything because we were challenged. I challenged the offense that we needed to come out and establish the lines in the second half, and we did that offensively. I think our guys are getting better at learning how to play the next play and not worry about the one that just happened so much. So, we're getting better. We're not there yet, but hopefully we're getting better at understanding how to do that.
I don't know really when the turning point was, but I feel like we come together as a team now. When something bad happens, instead of hanging our head, we talk to each other and try to lift each other back up. It was like it's still a long game, you don't have to be so hung up on one bad thing because in a game it's not going to be perfect. Things are going to happen. It's the way that you respond to that, and that dictates the outcome, really.
Really important to go win in the conference. It's really, really special to go win a conference game on the road. But I think as we move forward, we have a lot of things we want to try to get done as we grow the football team, as we grow the program. That's one of the milestones. We get to check that one off, but now let's move on. We're not going to look back and go because we won a conference game. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to try to be better this week and try to go win another one. That's the objective.
Some beers have a lot of ingredients, a lot of different ingredients. Our beer is brewed with 4 essential ingredients: barley, rice, water, and hops. Here's to the beer you can always count on, brewed to be America's favorite light lager.
What do I like about Texas State?
People watching on the quad.
I love that we can express ourselves.
Our campus is so beautiful. Bobcat football, the glass bottom boat.
Our professors are amazing. When I see Old Main, I know I'm home.
We're the only university in Texas to graduate a U.S. president. Downtown San Marcos is practically on campus.
Outback Library. Soapbox Derby.
I'm doing amazing research.
I'm definitely jumping in the river at graduation.
I'm just proud to be a Bobcat.
Can I say all my favorite things?
what you try to do is you try to make somebody one-dimensional, and it's hard when they're good at both. You know, they've got talented running backs, and obviously Rose has been a talented running back in this league for a number of years. And the quarterback, Rodgers, is playing, you know, I think lights out, making a bunch of plays, and then they've got a talented receiver group. So, you know, first things first, you got to go find a way to stop the run. You got to go do that first. So we've got a challenge there to go stop the run and stop talented running backs. And then now we've got to do a good job of not giving up big plays in the pass game and minimize gains. They're going to complete passes, and that's what you have to understand. You're not going to make them go 2 for 50. He's going to complete some balls. Now it's tackling, you know, the short passing game and getting off the field. They make plays because guys miss tackles and turn 4-yard gains into, you know, 24-yard games. So we got to limit that.
And the handoff running right Rose, and he is swallowed up. Gabe Lloyd was there for the Bobcats.
I feel like when he played us, he was a little hurt, but even so, he just a great running back. Reads blocks well. He's fast, and I know he's going to play with a chip on his shoulder every time he plays against Texas State. So we got to be really sound on defense. I feel like on film, if you know someone's fast, you're not going to wait on the field. You're just going to run, and like if someone's faster than you, they're going to outrun you. So if you're running to the play, I say just give it your all, and you're going to make it if your team's rallying to it. If not, then he's going to be gone. Simple as that.
You know, one thing we always talk about is you know, when you're on a really good team, you get a chance. You can't take winning for granted. You can't ever take it. It's so hard to win. It is so hard to win. And once you learn how to do that, man, you want it like – and again, the administration wouldn't want me to say that. Winning's like a drug. When you win and you find out how to win, you want that drug every week, man. You want it every single week. And you're going to do whatever you got to do to get that drug every week. And hopefully our players are starting to learn that the preparation that you put in, and when you can go win on Saturdays, man, and be in that locker room and sing the fight song and all that stuff, you come back on Sunday and you're like, okay, I want it again. I want it again. And that's the programs that I've been around that have won, that's how it's been. Players enjoy it on Saturday. They're on the plane. They're having a good time. Sunday, you get winter dinner. We had winter dinner yesterday, right, Gabe? Really nice, right? Really nice dinner, all that stuff. And then you know, you go out, and then Monday, boy, it's like, how can I get that drug again? It's like, how can I get that again? And that's why I do it. Our goal now is to try to transform the players in our program into a better football program, a better football team. An accountability level that's off the charts.
Go, stretch it out, get ready to rock and roll, baby, get ready to rock and roll. Let's go. I've got to be up for the running for best costume, right? That's how I scold that to Pepper, bro. Huh? I was going to be Bill Belichick and be like, we're moving on to Cincinnati. We're moving on to Cincinnati. Got to get ready to go, man. Get focused up, get ready to go for jog through. Got to be locked in for them routes now. Got to be locked in, ready to rock and roll when we go to this jog through, guys. Right, the routes that we talked about are the routes you're getting ready to see in jog through. Make sure we're paying attention so we can dominate these clowns. 75, make sure we're going +2 now, let's go. +2, Gray, don't be pulling up, let's go. Yeah, it's a wheel, bro. It's a guy coming out of the backfield. Yeah, but over top of him. Anthony, that guy settles now. Boom, get vertical. Anthony, I'm talking to you. He settles, go up there. Okay? Hey, your eyes on him. If he stays 1, you go to 3. He's got him. Run it. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Stack him, stack him, stack him. So Dennis, you beat him. All right, boom, you beat him. Come on. When you beat him now, your eyes has got to go to his lower body. All right, because you could have made that play on Saturday. All right, you can't go in there trying to go up high on him. You have immediately got to get your eyes on his lower body and go take the guy out. So ask me, who I got? I point this guy, that means you got the next guy. Bam. Okay? So your footwork's got to be what? Boom. Hey, get in there. Who you got? I'm here. Okay? We're not hanging out down here. Okay? We're protecting the damn punt. You understand that? So we're here, ready to go. And I'm here, boom, and I'm prying through. Ball's on the ground. Get it. Get on it. Get on it. Get on it. Get on it. Beetle. Go. Come on. Press. Boom. Woo! That baby, Greg. Locate it. Track it. I'm out here slinging them things with one hand. Go. Go. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Post. Elevate. Retrace. Go pick it. In your 5-yard hitch, runner. When I roll out your way, you scramble. We're in man. Off man. Green 88. Boom. Scramble drill. Good. Stay on him. Stay on him. Stay on him. 38. There you go. You gotta get a pick this week, man. Gotta go get the ball. Go attack the ball. Go attack the ball. Go attack the ball. Go. Kick slide, Greg. Run. Pin the shoulder. Locate it. Locate it. Locate it.
Hey Bobcats, make sure to show your love and follow the Bobcats on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and their YouTube channel.
Show off your tailgating skills and team pride, and you could win a $100 HEB gift card and bragging rights. To participate, all you have to do is show your team spirit by decking out your tailgate site and displaying HEB products in a creative way.
What do I like about Texas State? I love that we're close to Austin and San Antonio.
The observatory, great stargazing.
Our Tech Library.
Our professors are amazing.
Our round theater building.
People watching on the quad.
We're the only university in Texas to graduate a U.S. president. Our campus is so beautiful.
I love our flexible class schedules.
Saving turtles at the Turtle Crossing.
Downtown San Marcos is practically on campus.
The new labs at Star Park.
I love that we can express ourselves. Grabbing lunch at Jones.
Bobcat football. The glass bottom boat.
Soapbox Derby.
I'm doing amazing research.
I love the squirrels around campus.
I love exploring new ideas at Common Experience.
When I see Old Main, I know I'm home.
The courtyard at Taylor Murphy.
I love our student art gallery.
Climbing the rock wall at the rec center.
I'm definitely jumping in the river at graduation.
I'm just proud to be a Bobcat.
Can I say all my favorite things?
The Bobcats are back home this week and looking for back-to-back wins as they host New Mexico State. For more on the Aggies, we are joined by Adam Young from the New Mexico State Sports Network. Adam, thanks for joining us. The Aggies 3-5 this season, the 3 wins matching last year's season total. What's been the most impressive aspect of this year's team?
Well, the offense is high-powered. The quarterback, Tyler Rogers, has had a great redshirt senior year. Everyone knows about Larry Rose III, who's been a little banged up this year. And there's been some other individuals who have really stepped up. Jaleel Scott at wide receiver. So the offense as a whole has really shined this year. And we'll see how they bounce back after a tough loss against Arkansas State last week. It's a game they led early on in the fourth and then just kind of fell apart. But certainly was a close game, and New Mexico State's trying to bounce back this week.
Adam, you mentioned the game last week against Arkansas State. The Aggies have been competitive in many of their games this season. A 6-point game in the season opener against Arizona State. Close games against Sunbelt powers like Troy and Appalachia State. Those games coupled with the wins the Aggies have this season, just how much has this program improved this year?
Well, they've been in every single game. Even the Arkansas game, which is an SEC opponent, week 1 against Arizona State, it was close game late. So they've been in every single game this year, but they haven't been able to win some of those close games. The Troy game in particular. Arkansas State last week, the Aggies led 4 seconds into the fourth, and then Arkansas State scores 3 late touchdowns that finishes off the Aggies. So they're trying to finish off games, and Doug Martin, the head coach, has talked a lot about learning how to win. This program hasn't won a whole lot, as many people know, so they're still trying to figure out how to win those close games late. 2 of their 3 wins have been blowout wins for the most part. So there's certainly been a lot of improvement. People around here are talking a lot about bowl eligibility, but the Aggies are still 3 wins away from bowl eligibility with 4 games left to play. This appears to be the easier part of their schedule, but when you go on the road twice in your final 4 games, nothing's guaranteed.
Adam, you mentioned Tyler Rogers and Larry Rose III, that great quarterback, running back tandem for New Mexico State. Looking at the defense, though, the numbers tell us this is one of the better defenses the Aggies have had in recent memory. 2nd right now in turnovers, 3rd in sacks, 4th in total defense. Who are some of the playmakers on this emerging Aggie defense?
Well, Dalton Harrington's been a playmaker for a couple of years now. He's a 4-year starter. He leads the Sun Belt in tackles and tackles for loss. He's had back-to-back games of 16 tackles now. He's been great. Malik Demby has pressured the quarterback a lot this year. Terrell Hanks, who was ejected for the 2nd time this year for targeting against Arkansas State, when he's been on the field, he's been outstanding. They put pressure on the quarterback. Last year, they weren't able to do that as much. They were under a first-year defensive coordinator in Frank Spaziani. Now it's year 2. So the guys have told me that they're just playing out there. They're not thinking as much. And last year they were thinking about what they needed to be, what they needed to do. And now that they're in year 2 under defensive coordinator Frank Spaziani, they're just kind of flying around. And the Aggies will put pressure on the quarterback. Roy Lopez is good up front. The secondary is pretty good with Shamon Lomax and Jaden Wright. So they like the improvement on defense. They still want the numbers to improve, though. Giving up 37 points to Arkansas State is still not where they want to be. But for 3 quarters against Arkansas State, they only allowed 17. They just need to play a full 4 quarters, and they haven't done that yet. They played in spurts. They're trying to play a full game defensively.
Adam, this weekend will mark the 5th time in the last 6 years that Texas State has played New Mexico State. So far, it even split, although the Aggies have won the last 2 meetings against the Bobcats. Looking at the matchup this season, what do you think was in store for this weekend in San Marcos?
Well, when New Mexico State's out there, you usually expect a high-powered game, a lot of points on the scoreboard, but they're coming off a game where they just didn't play well offensively. I think that shocked a lot of people around here is how poor they were offensively. They weren't in sync. They weren't in rhythm. They just never clicked. So for New Mexico State, in order to get a win on the road, they need to get back to where they were offensively a couple of weeks ago. They haven't had an off week. And when I say that, they haven't kind of laid over. And that's been an issue the last couple of years. Doug Martin has said it a lot. They're consistent for a couple weeks, then they're inconsistent for a 3rd week. And for this year, at least, New Mexico State has shown up every single week. And that hasn't been the case in years past. So they're hoping there isn't a letdown and they get back on track after a tough loss on homecoming last Saturday against Arkansas State. And for the first time in a while, New Mexico State has some meaningful games here in November. In fact, Doug Martin has said that October 28th game against Arkansas State was the first meaningful game in Las Cruces in a while, in late October. So they're still striving towards bowl eligibility, but they need 3 wins in their final 4 games to get there. They believe they can do it, but there's very little room for error. So this is a huge one for New Mexico State. And finally, for the first time in a while, they have a meaningful game in early November.
Thanks again to Adam Young, and that will do it for this week's show. I'm Brant Freeman, reminding you to trust the path. We'll see you next time.